Guys, if you're not playing Raid Shadow Legends, you're missing out. Raid might look complex, but once you know the basics, you will be summoning shards and beating bosses in no time. Here's a couple of tips to get you started. You have to focus on getting your starter champ to level 60 as quickly as possible. If you have a strong champion, they can help carry you through the campaigns and the dungeons and level up your other champions. Don't forget to join a clan to start fighting the clan boss or upgrade your artifacts. And remember, it's a rookie mistake to misuse skill tomes. This month, love is in the air, even in the world of Raid. New players can enjoy a special Valentine's Day themed adventure with the Raid Love Quest. All you need to do to get involved is to download Raid Shadow Legends from the links below. Copy your in-game player ID, then head to raidlovequest.plarium.com. Enter your player ID, then set out on this heartfelt quest running from February 14th to March 14th. Play the Valentine's-themed mini-games for a chance to win in-game and real-life prizes, including Valentine's Day-themed Raid Champions, and even Amazon gift cards worth up to $1,000. If you're an old Raid player, you can still share the love too. Use a special Valentine's code, St. Valentine 23. And if you haven't started playing Raid yet, click my link in the description or scan my QR code here on the screen. You'll get unique bonuses worth $35, including free Epic Champion Jotun. The water is never clear with Chimaev. I mean, that is a little bit of the charm. One of the reasons Chimaev's always done so well with being a darling of the media is we never have it perfectly clear. So then we have to speculate, but more importantly, we do a story and then we have to do a follow-up story, right? I mean, there's a certain grace and there's a certain game being played in giving information, but not giving all the information. Now, I understand that. I feel I understand that better than most. I'm just not sure that Chimaev is playing that game. I know that he goes into that category. I don't know that if it's strategic and that he's playing. Let me give you an example. We don't know what weight class Chimaev is. It has been a meaningful period of time since you've seen a Chimaev headline. Well, the number one thing that would get you a headline is signing of a contract. That is the number one thing. If you're a meaningful fighter and you sign to fight another guy, that is guaranteed headlines. In fact, it's a good litmus test you can give yourself, fighters. If you're wondering if the audience cares about you, when you signed a fight last, did it make headlines? And if it did, I'm not teasing you. I'm just sharing for you. If you signed a fight and there was a fight announcement, but it did not make a headline, you're not in the category quite yet of where people are interested in you. Cold hard truth. But we haven't been able to do that with Chimaev because we also don't know what weight class to do it in. There has been something off with Kamaru Usman versus Leon. There is something there that doesn't feel like other fights feel. There has not been the same training videos. There has not been the same chatter. There has not been the same commitment back and forth and the ultimate focus on buckling down to the point that the media's picked up on it and we, the audience, can feel it as it pertains to Kamaru Usman versus Leon Part 3. And there's a few reasons why. And without going down that road, let's just look at the conclusion. The conclusion would be, is that fight not happening? Okay, that fight is going to happen. Okay, do we have a backup for that fight? Because we, the audience, have not been told there's a backup for that fight. We have been told by many guys within the division that they don't believe that match is going to happen. More guys in the division of 170 pounds right here today have told us that fight is not going to happen than any other fight in history. Gilbert Burns does not, or at least did not, think it was going to happen. Colby Covington either does not or did not believe it was going to happen. Wonderboy Thompson does not or did not believe that it was going to happen. George Masvidal kept himself available because he does not or he did not believe that that fight was going to happen. And Belal Muhammad has not stopped positioning himself because he believes that fight is not or was not going to happen. And above all of that, we, the audience, are told that Chimaev is the backup fighter. Now, that is a straight-up rumor pulled out of thin air. But we were told it nonetheless. And when we're told something, unless we have the burden and the ability to disprove it, sometimes we accept it as so. But Chimaev's camp is now coming out and saying that they are not 170 pounders. Great. If they shut up right there, I now have the clarity that I need. But they didn't shut up. They furthered that thought. So let's redo it again. Chimaev is not a 170 pounder unless it's for a title shot and you give us plenty of notice, then we can make the weight. Okay, I didn't need those last 3 sentences. I didn't need any of those. Unless it's a title shot, can he make the weight or not? Is that his weight class or not? Is that the weight class where he says he could be champion or is it not? Because I gotta start with his opinion. Does he think he needs to be at this weight to be the world champion or not? I have to know that. We then get told again from Chimaev's side that he is lifting and getting strong so that he can go into 185 pounds. I've seen him fight at 185 pounds 3 times. Was he not big enough and strong enough then? If he wasn't big enough and strong enough then, why did you put him in there? You called out Pereira. You called out Adesanya. That was almost a year ago. Was he not big enough and strong enough then? What would have happened if they would have accepted the call out? Was he not big enough and strong enough? Would have he not accepted it? Would have he got in there, but we would have expected defeat because he wasn't big enough and strong enough? Is he big enough and strong enough or not? Right now. I don't want to hear about later. I don't care about what you're going to do in the weight room. I don't care about your pull-ups and your picograms and your protein shakes. Is your guy big enough and strong enough for this weight class or not? The weight class where he's called out the champion. The weight class where he called out the contender. Is he big enough and strong enough or not? Right now, not later. Right now. You tell